السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. تلاوت وجیہ باجوہ صاحبہ.
السلام عليكم حضور.
السلام.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين. وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم. ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. The translation of the verses which have just been recited are from Surah Al-Jumu'ah, chapter 62, verses 1 to 5. I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the accursed. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. Whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth glorifies Allah, the Sovereign, the Holy, the Mighty, the Wise. He it is who has raised among the unlettered people a messenger from among themselves, who recites unto them his signs and purifies them and teaches them the book and wisdom, although they had been before in manifest misguidance. And among others from among them who have not yet joined them. He is the Mighty, the Wise. That is Allah's grace. He bestows it on whom He pleases, and Allah is the Master of immense grace. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Please stand up for pledge. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, the One, without any partner. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his servant and his messenger. I solemnly affirm that I will always be ready to sacrifice my life, property, time, and children for the cause of faith and community. I shall adhere to truth, and I shall be prepared to make every sacrifice for the perpetuation of the Ahmadiyya Khilafat. Inshallah. Please be seated. نظم علیقہ شاکر صاحبہ.
السلام علیکم. کلام حضرت مسلم معود رضی اللہ تعالیٰ عنہ. دوستوں ہرگز نہیں یہ ناچ اور گانے کے دن. دوستوں ہرگز نہیں یہ ناچ اور گانے کے دن. مشرق و مغرب میں ہیں یہ دین کے پھیلانے کے دن. اس چمن پر جب کہ تھا دور خزاں وہ دن گئے. اس چمن پر جب کہ تھا دور خزاں وہ دن گئے. اب تو ہے اسلام پر اب تو ہے اسلام پر یارو بہار آنے کے دن ظلمتوں تاریکیوں ضد و تعصب مٹ چکے ظلمتوں تاریکیوں ضد و تعصب مٹ چکے آ گئے ہیں اب خدا کے چہرہ دکھلانے کے دن جاہ و حشمت کا زمانہ آنے کو ہے ان قریب جاہ و حشمت کا زمانہ آنے کو ہے ان قریب رہ گئے تھوڑے سے ہیں اب گالیاں کھانے کے دن پیش گوئی ہو گئی پوری مسیح وقت کی پیش گوئی ہو گئی پوری مسیح وقت کی پھر بہار آئی تو آئے پھر بہار آئی تو آئے سلج کے آنے کے دن دوستو ہرگز نہیں یہ ناچ اور گانے کے دن مشرق و مغرب میں ہے یہ دین کے پھیلانے کے دن
ووٹ آف اپریسیشن ناصرہ رحمان صاحبہ صدر لجنہ UK.
Assalamu alaikum. Pyare Huzur, first of all, I'd like to thank beloved Huzur for gracing us with his presence as to our final session. The Shura and Ijtama were due to take place in Bet el-Futuh, but due to the fire, the venue and date had to be changed in a short notice to Islamabad. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah, the arrangements in Islamabad have proved to be very successful and shed a new light to the Ijtama of Lajna and Nasrat. We would like to thank Amir Sahib UK, Jalsa Salana, Naib Ofsaran and their teams, Majlis Khudam al-Ahmadiyya, Majlis Ansarullah for their invaluable help in organising and setup of the Ijtama site in such a short notice. May Allah reward them for their efforts. Jazakallah.
That's all. Inshallah. General Secretary Sahib, report.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Beloved Hazur and dear sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. The Lajna year 2014-2015 has come to an end. Lajna and Nasrat have had a busy year participating in various activities and events throughout the year, alhamdulillah. The Khidmat-e-Khalq department spent the year focusing on the Hukuk al-Ibad scheme. The Majalis have held regular coffee mornings which have helped form strong relationships between the youth and elder members of the Majalis. Other activities have included food donations, raising funds for the Poppy Appeal, and raising awareness of the importance of saving the environment. The Talim department has launched a Knowing My Quran campaign this year in order to motivate and encourage the members to improve and advance their learning and understanding of the Holy Quran. Lajna have continued to follow the syllabus with end-of-term tests and an end-of-year test under exam conditions on lecture Sialkot and the Holy Quran. This year, the Normabite department organised a sitting with respected Mahadabu Sahiba, who presented part 1 of the commentary of Surah Al-Fatiha to new Ahmadis living in London. This provided sisters with an in-depth understanding of the meaning of Surah Al-Fatiha, and sisters are keen to receive the follow-up session to cover part 2. Nasrat al-Ahmadiyya UK organised and took part in many activities. Based on the success of previous years, team camps were held and another camp took place in Islamabad and was attended by 42 Nasrat aged 13 to 14. A special Ijtama booklet was also prepared for Nasrat with the aim of assisting them in listening to speeches and to talks more attentively. By the grace of Allah, Lajna UK exceeded its Tariqa-Jadid target and collected over £475,000. The target for Waqf Jadid was also exceeded and was over £425,000. Alhamdulillah, Lajna have achieved 20 bets this year. The Tabligh team has set up a quarterly newsletter for all Majalis to share their Tabligh events and experiences. A new pocketbook is soon to be published which covers common questions and answers to assist Lajna and Nasrat in doing Tabligh. The Ziyafat department, along with many Lajna and Nasrat volunteers from across the UK, enthusiastically serve food and refreshments at all major Lajna and Jamaat functions throughout the year, including Ijtama and Jalsa. The Tarbiyat department has held many events around the country. One of the highlights of the year was a 5-day-long Tarbiyati class, which was held in Birmingham for 15 to 21-year-olds, attended by over 90 Lajna members. The Trade and Industry Department has been busy over the year raising funds for the new Lajna premises. They have also held classes to teach new skills in cooking, sewing and handicrafts and held many exhibitions. The theme this year was upcycling, and many Lajna members are making new things from old. Bazaars are set up at local, regional and national functions. The National Meena Bazaar was inaugurated by Councillor Joan Henry at the Battle for Two complex. The Ishaq department has published 2 new books this year, entitled Hazrat Salman Farsi Raziyallahu Anhu and Hazrat Bu Zainab Raziyallahu Anha. They have also published a leaflet, Refutation of Atonement, and continue to print copies of An-Nusrat magazine. This year, Research Cell Lajna Imala UK was formed, and the group has already started work on its first project of compiling an English booklet entitled The Concept, Philosophy and Practical Teachings about Iddat in Islam. The Tajneed department worked extremely hard throughout the year to improve accuracy and expedite updates to the AIM system. The team has continued to use scanning at all Jamaat and Lajna events to derive attendance figures and reports. The Health and Fitness department has spent the year implementing last year's Shura recommendation for improving the health of Lajna, Presentations have been delivered on heart disease, cancer, and psychological well-being. A charity walk was held in February this year, and Lajna managed to raise over £15,000. The UK Lajna also hosted the first European volleyball tournament this year. Teams from France, Holland, Belgium, Germany, and the UK participated. Alhamdulillah, the Great Britain team won the tournament. This year, the General Secretary's Department launched an online reporting system for the Majalis, and training events were held around the country to support the process. The Finance Department has spent the year working on educating Lajna on their financial responsibilities and raising awareness of paying their compulsory chandas and paying zakat by holding local Majalis workshops. The department has also been encouraging Lajna to contribute towards the purchase of Lajna premises. Humanity First Lajna spent this year raising funds to build water wells in the village of Tarbakar in Pakistan. The highlight of the fundraising was a dinner and auction where over £140,000 was raised in a single evening, enough to build 70 water wells. Lajna Imala UK has continued to raise funds for the Lajna premises by taking promises from members. We have had a tremendous response from all Majalis, which is still ongoing. At this time, we would like to give special recognition to the Majalis who have worked extremely hard in collecting the most funds per head. Number 1 is Shirley, second is Burton-upon-Trent, and third is Earlsfield. We would also like to recognise the following regions for their efforts in motivating members and in collection of promises for the Lajna premises. First is South Region, second is Baton Noor Region, and third is London Region. The Lajna Majlis Shura was held on Friday 23rd of October at Islamabad. Delegates deliberated over 3 proposals on food etiquette and wastage, promoting awareness of appropriate use of social media, and Lajna, Chanda and the budget. The National Lajna Nasrat Ijtima has been held over the past 2 days. The theme of the Ijtima this year is Ahmadiyyat, the Renaissance of Islam. Lajna competitions comprised of Tilawat, Hifz-e-Quran, regional presentations, regional theme model exhibitions, Nazm, quiz, extempore speech, and Baitbazi. New convert competitions were held for Tilawat and Nazm. New features for the Ijtima this year included the introduction of a workshop marquee featuring trade and industry and health talks. These allowed attendees to move around and participate in different sessions throughout the day. During Saturday lunchtime, the Rishtanatha department held a meet and greet session. The Nasirat held English and Urdu speech, Tilawat and Nazm competitions. The Nasirat rotated the girls between education, academics and game zones. The total number of Nasirat who participated in competitions was 156. Alhamdulillah, the current head count is 3,998 compared to last year's figure of 5,638.
What is the attendance? Participants? 3,000?
It is 3,000, it's nearly 4,000, 3,998.
Last year?
It's nearly
5,000?
5,638.
अच्छा क्यों कम क्यों हो गया अच्छा हाँ जी next prize distribution.
So we would now request Hazur Akhtas to present the following awards. The first awards to be presented are for first position in the Nasrat competitions. So the first award to be presented will be for Tilawat. There are 4 age groups. So 7 to 9 age group. First prize for Tilawat was Samra Shafi from Midlands, who is not here. Second prize is for 10 to 12 age group, Sajila Noor from South Region. Third is for Maliha Nayab from Midlands. Maliha Nayab from Midlands. For English speech competition, first prize for 7 to 9 is Aisha Abid from Aisha region. 10 to 12 age group is Gafia Ahmed from East region. And third is Musawwir Buttar from Northwest, the 13 to 14 age group. For Urdu speech competition for 7 to 9, the first prize goes to Naila Khurram from Aisha region. Second is for 10 to 12 age group, Jazba Amini from Northeast. Naila Khurram for Urdu speech competition. Jazba Amini, 10 to 12 age group. And 13 to 14 there's two, Manahil Shoaib from Aisha region and Namude Seher from Middlesex region. Urdu speech, 13 to 14. Nazam competition, first prize in the 7 to 9 age group is Shafia Ahmed from Batul Fatu region. 10 to 12 age group will be Meherun Nisa from Yorkshire, Aisha Ahmed from Batul Fatu, and Naila Amini from Northeast. So 3 prizes for first in Nazam competition for 10 to 12. Meherun Nisa from Yorkshire, Aisha Ahmed from Batul Fatu, and Naila Amini. For the 13 to 14 age group, it's Zardasha Ahmed from Middlesex and Kansa Asan from London. The next awards will be for first prize in our Lajna competitions. Tilawat competition will be Wajiha Ahmadi, Bajwa Ahmadi from Midlands. And for Hifz Quran competition is Imama Tuba Majid from East region. Our new converts Tilawat competition, the lady's not here, which was Amna Iqbal from Cardiff. Wajiha, it's the Hifz Quran Imama Tuba Majid from East region. Nazam competition is Anika Shakir from London. Lajna quiz competition, Saima Ahmed from East region. Extempore speech competition is Lubna Naveed from Batul Fatu. And Bat Bazi competition is Aisha Siddiqa from Batul Fatu. Lajna end of year Talim test was based on lecture Sialkot and the Holy Quran. First place for Urdu is Samina Chima from Tooting Beck. Samina Chima from Tooting Beck for Urdu, and Kashifa Talukdar from Bournemouth for English paper. Regional Talim Exhibition Award goes to Aisha region, so we would ask the Regional Sadr of Aisha region to collect the award. Regional Talim Presentation Award was for London region, so the team from London region will come up. Yeah. So the Regional Sadr and the team that presented the Regional Talim Award. We'll talk, so the next ones are the Trade and Industry Awards, Best Effort for Fundraising for the region. First prize goes to London region. First prize for most fundraising is to London region, so Regional Sadr will collect this award. And Majalis Best Efforts in Fundraising is Small Majalis is Burton-on-Trent. For the medium-sized Majalis, first place is not here, that's Earlsfield Sadr, and large Majalis, first place is Shirley. Award for most money raised in the charity walk. First prize goes to London region. And the runners-up are Batul Fatu region. So the regional sadrs, could they please come and collect their prizes? For the Trade and Industry Award of Excellence, we've awarded it this year to Mansoura Nasser Sharif. Mansoura is a pharmacist and has been running her own successful pharmacy and post office in Southfields for the past 13 years. She has also been actively involved in Lajna and is currently serving as a Lajna representative for Humanity First. We'll now announce the Nasrat Majalis Overall Achievement Awards, and the Nasrat secretaries will come up. For the small Majalis, first was Redbridge North, second was Havering, and third was Swansea. So Nasrat secretary Redbridge North, Havering was second, and third was Swansea. So for the medium Majalis, first was Balham, second was Tooting Beck, and third was Batul Fatu. Small majalis, okay. Third is Swansea. Medium majalis, first is Balham, and second is Tooting Bec, and third is Battle Fatu. For the large majalis, first is Inner Park, second is Slough, and third is South Mead. Slough is second. The next awards are for Lajna Majalis Overall Achievement Awards in all departments. Small Majalis, first place is to Newcastle, second is Bromley and Lewisham, and third is Woking. Second is Bromley and Lewisham, and third is Woking. The Medium Majalis, first place goes to Tooting Bec, second is South Mead, and third is Mitcham Park. Second is South Mead, and third is Mitcham Park. For the large majalis, first prize is Roehampton, second place is Fuzzle Mosque, and third is Wimbledon Park. This concludes the Lajna prize distribution. Jazakallah.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. With the grace of Allah, today the National Ijtima of Lajna UK is reaching its conclusion. You who are the members of Lajna are those ladies and girls who have accepted the Imam of the age, the Prophet Messiah Islam. Always remember that the Jamaat founded by the Prophet Messiah Islam is that Jamaat which, according to the commands of Allah given in the Holy Quran and according to the prophecies of the Holy Prophet of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was to be established in the latter days. At the time of the Prophet Messiah al-Islam, the written text of the Holy Quran was preserved in its original form, and there were still vast numbers of people who call themselves Muslims in the world. There was a big number of people vast number of people who had memorized the Holy Quran. However, in truth, the vast majority had completely forgotten the true teachings of the Holy Quran. Thus, Allah the Almighty sent the Prophet Messiah ﷺ to establish a community who would once again manifest the true teachings of Islam in the world. Indeed, the Prophet Messiah ﷺ said that Allah desires for His Jamaat to be an example to all others. He explained that to be an example means that when others see or hear you, they are influenced and seek to imitate that they have witnessed. So today, you are those people who, having entered the fold of the Prophet Messiah ﷺ, have pledged to live your lives according to Islam's true teachings and to spread them far and wide. On another occasion, the Prophet Messiah ﷺ said that his followers should forsake all types of personal desires and emotions, because having claimed to be Ahmadis and having claimed to follow the true teachings of Islam, others would surely look at them extremely critically. He said that others would assess the standards of his followers, and so it was imperative that Ahmadi Muslims maintained the very highest standards of morals and kept only good habits. He said his followers must always follow the commands of Allah so that no one could cast aspersions on them or say that they were not good Muslims or there was no difference between Ahmadis and others. Therefore, every Ahmadi, man and woman, should understand their heavy responsibilities. If they do not set a positive example to others, then it will not only reflect badly upon them, but upon the entire Jamaat. Whether a person is member of Ijma, Khudamul or Majlis Ansarullah, they must always seek to abide by the true teachings of Islam. Certainly, if their own examples are weak, then their tabligh and efforts to convey true Islam will have no impact and no one will listen to them. The Prophet Islam has also said that if his community wishes to be considered a true Jamaat, then it is essential that all members set aside their personal desires and wishes for the sake of their faith. Indeed, on countless occasions, the Prophet Messiah has given us instructions and the most beautiful guidance that we must always keep in view. Ijma includes the books of Prophet Messiah in its educational syllabus, and many members do read them, and some even give test papers about them. We also regularly quote the books of the Prophet Messiah at Jalsas and Ijtimas, in our addresses and speeches. However, the real question is to what extent are we acting upon his words and instructions. For example, the Prophet Muhammad said that every Ahmadi should read his book, Kishtinu, Ark of Noah, repeatedly. This book also contains a lot of guidance for Ahmadi women, because the Prophet ﷺ has written about the qualities and virtues that women should seek and how they should live their lives. Remember, there are three types of people. Firstly, there are people who do not have knowledge or information. And so, if they make mistakes, they can be forgiven. Secondly, those people who have knowledge of what is right and yet still act in the wrong way. And so, they will obviously be held to account for their actions. The third type of people are those who have knowledge of what is right, but knowingly act contrary to those teachings, whilst still instructing others to reform themselves. This can only be classed as pure hypocrisy. It is therefore essential that before looking at others, every Ahmadi Muslim looks at himself and assess his or her own state. They must question if they are truly following the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ. They must truthfully assess whether they are abstaining from immorality and sin. First and foremost, it is the duty of the Jamaat and Lajna office bearers to spiritually and morally reform themselves. Only if they pay attention to this can they ensure the tarbiyat and moral training of other Ahmadis and set an example for others to follow. However, if office bearers do not uphold the correct standards, it will negatively impact the entire Jamaat. So again, I reiterate that first of all, the office bearers must realize their personal responsibilities and look at their own standards. Our system is such that if every office bearer from the grassroots level to the regional and national levels is able to bring about a positive change in themselves, automatically it will mean that around 50% of our membership will be those who are following the true teachings of Islam. They will be a means of inspiring our young girls and other members towards goodness and virtue. They will show others that giving precedence to your faith over all worldly matters means to set aside your personal desires for the sake of Allah the Almighty. I have already mentioned that the Prophet ﷺ said that it was essential that Ahmadis read his books for the sake of their own moral training. He also said that it was imperative that every Ahmadi read the Holy Quran repeatedly and sought to understand its true meanings and to live their lives according to its commandments. Furthermore, the Prophet Messiah Islam said it was essential to seek the nearness of Allah the Almighty. And the way to do this is to develop a great love of worship and prayer within one's home. As mothers, you can only inculcate a love of worship within your children when you yourself fulfill the rites of worship and perform all your prayers and manifest true devotion to God. The Prophet Messiah Islam has repeatedly counseled the members of his Jamaat to show love and compassion towards each other, because without this, the unity of our Jamaat will be compromised. He taught that each Ahmadi should display true love and affection to others, and that if they did so, Allah would show love to them. Certainly, Allah's love is the means to true peace and contentment. Therefore, always seek to spread compassion and kindness within society. You should not just hope for the best for yourself and your families, but should desire that all people are able to live with peace, security, and in comfort. We claim to show love for all, and so our love should not just be exhibited towards others, but we must display love amongst ourselves. Thus, do not speak ill of others, but instead help and care for one another. Do not spread rumors or highlight the weaknesses of others. Rather, share their burdens and try to remove their difficulties and provide ease for them. Always remember that Allah has said in the Quran that true believers are those who maintain a spirit of compassion and sympathy. and so those who wish to be counted amongst true believers and who wish to follow the teachings of the Holy Quran must always display love, empathy, and kindness. If you respect others and are open-hearted, you will see that many bad habits, such as speaking ill of others, will naturally die away, and this is extremely important in today's society. Recently, I laid the foundation stone for new mosques, both in Holland and in Germany. In both countries, female non-Muslim guests commented that what the Khalifa has said is excellent and is a means of spreading peace and love in the world. However, they also said that they would now wait and see if the Ahmadis lived up to his words and followed these beautiful teachings. Therefore, do not have any doubt that people's eyes are on you and they wish to see if Ahmadis practice what they preach. Thus, all Ahmadis, all Lajna members must understand the expectations that the Prophet Messiah Islam had of us. Try our utmost to fulfill them so that we can be ambassadors of true Islam. With great anguish, the Prophet ﷺ also said that until an Ahmadi understands the reality of what is meant and required by their bai'at, they cannot attain true freedom and salvation. He said that we should not just superficially note the words of the bai'at, but should seek to understand its true essence and meaning. He said that only when an Ahmadi truly understands what bai'at represents can they fulfill its requirements. Regarding the conditions of bai'at, I gave a series of sermons that were later published as a book, and earlier this year I also gave a sermon about how to live your life in light of the conditions of bai'at. These are all easily available. Certainly, we should constantly reflect upon the conditions of our pledge, and the Lajna administration should also ensure that the requirements and conditions of bai'at are discussed and taught at Lajna events and meetings. If we look at the very first condition of bai'at, each Ahmadi pledges to avoid all forms of shirk, that is, associating partners with Allah. There are actually many types of shirk, and so we must avoid them at all costs. In our daily lives, things that may be considered as relatively insignificant can also be classed as shirk, and so we must be extremely watchful. For example, if you praise someone in order to fulfill your own purpose or to gain benefit, it is a form of shirk. Another example is where a person pursues his own personal desires to such an extent that he forgets the duties he owes to Allah. Another condition of bai'at is that an Ahmadi must avoid all forms of falsehood. It is not enough to only forego deceit, but it is also the duty of an Ahmadi to establish truth. If all our Ahmadi women sought to abandon all forms of falsehood collectively and to establish nothing but truth, it would lead to the widespread reformation of the members of our Jamaat. This is because our women train their children, and if they are able to inculcate the importance of truth within them, it will have a huge and long-lasting effect, inshallah. The Prophet ﷺ has also said that Ahmadis should abstain from saying anything that can cause conflict or disturbance to others. Repeatedly, he spoke about how we should never seek to usurp the rights of others or to act unjustly. The Prophet ﷺ spoke about the importance of obedience and to abide by the nizam of the Jamaat. Thus, there is a great responsibility on each Ahmadi to obey the Khalifa of the time and through him the nizam of our Jamaat. The Prophet ﷺ has said that his followers should seek to suppress their personal aspirations, because Satan uses such desires to try and push people into the wrong direction. This too is an extremely important teaching that you should always keep in view. in the conditions of Bai'at, the Prophet Messiah ﷺ also stipulated that an Ahmadi must never seek to cause pain or harm to anyone, whether they are Ahmadis or not. Always remember that the conditions of Bai'at and the instruction of the Prophet Messiah ﷺ are the means of true salvation and are the means of peace and harmony in our lives. These are the values that are required more than ever in today's society. These are the means of bringing people closer to their Creator. They are the means of establishing peace in our homes. It is these values that we must treasure and inculcate into our children so that our future generations grow to become those who value their faith and who bear the highest moral standards. These are the values we must instill in our children so that they prove to be shining examples of Islam's true teachings. In my recent tour, I spoke about these Islamic values at a function in Germany. And upon hearing my words, a local German lady said that she was extremely delighted to hear that these were Islamic principles and values. She said there was no doubt that such values were the keys to peace, both in a person's home and in the wider society. She said these were the very values she wished to instill in her children. However, unfortunately, in school, sometimes they taught things contrary to this in the name of freedom. All of you who are part of Ijtima Allah, who claim to be the servants of Allah, must therefore understand your responsibilities towards your children. You must establish the very highest standards and values within your homes. You must act according to Allah's commands. This is of particular importance, considering you are living in a society where it is easy for our children to be misled or misguided. Sometimes children can pick up wrong things or habits from their schools or outside. And so you must give ample time to your children. You must explain to them what is right and what is wrong. You must instill within them those values that are to be cherished and protected. You must explain Islamic teachings to them and tell them that these are the commands of Allah, and it was to re-establish these values that Allah sent the Prophet Messiah ﷺ. In terms of their school education, of course, you should encourage your children to learn and to attain the highest standards. However, if in this name of freedom, the schools ever teach things that are contrary to Islam, then you should explain clearly to your children what our values and beliefs are. This is a great responsibility laid before you, because one day the world's reformation will be the task of your children. Certainly, Allah has given the task of the reformation of the world to the Jamaat of the Prophet Messiah ﷺ. And so we must pay heed to this great responsibility. Only then will we be able to protect our societies and to guide others towards the true teachings of Islam. Only then will we be able to serve, to save our children and future generations. With the grace of Allah, the world's attention and focus is moving in the direction of our Jamaat. People are starting to recognize us and listen to our message. Each day, Allah is opening new avenues of tabligh, and this is something some of you will have experienced yourselves. However, as these doors open, it becomes even more important that each Ahmadi seeks to bring about those pious changes that the Prophet Muhammad desired from his followers. Through such changes, the doors of tabligh will continue to open, inshallah. In this era, Allah the Almighty has also enabled our Jamaat to benefit from modern forms of communication and the media. This is proving a great mean of spreading the message of Islam far and wide. For example, through MTA, the message of our Jamaat is reaching all corners of the world. However, this also increases our responsibilities, because those who are hearing our message will also look in our direction to see if we are practicing what we preach. If they observe that the teachings we are conveying are pure, but the standards of the Ahmadis themselves are weak, then instead of having a positive impact, it may have the opposite. It is also possible that if others hear our message but feel that old Ahmadis are not living up to the required standards, they will take it upon themselves to spread the true teachings of Islam and to live their lives accordingly. In that case, the success and progress of your Jamaat, or of our Jamaat, Jamaat of Prophet Islam, will be aligned to those pious newcomers, and those left behind will be deprived of these blessings. Thus, do not let yourself fall behind. Rather, seek to be at the forefront of conveying the truth of Ahmadiyyat, not only with your words, but with your conduct and deeds. Be the sources of light that illuminate the truth of Islam. As I have said, today we are able to utilize modern technology to convey our teachings. Apart from MTA, we also have Jamaat websites in which programs and books filled with knowledge and information are easily available. You must seek to avail these resources and constantly increase in your knowledge. In terms of MTA, every Lajna member should attach themselves to it and be regular in watching its programs. At the very least, they should ensure that watch my Friday sermons and the other programs of Khalifa Masih. And they should make sure their children also sit and listen. Those girls who have grown up here in the UK should also ensure they are closely attached to MTA and the Jamaat websites. They should make sure they watch the programs of Khalifa Waqt, as this will be the means of their spiritual and moral development and will increase their religious knowledge. In all parts of the world, people are joining the fold of Ahmadiyyat. having recognized its truth through watching MTA. For example, recently, a man from an extremely tiny and remote island near France wrote that somehow he had come across MTA, and my sermon was being broadcast. In the sermon, I spoke about the death of Jesus Christ, and after listening to it, the man said he was certain that it was the correct teaching. He then went on the internet to research the Jamaat and watched our programs on YouTube. And after doing so, he said he was sure of the truth of Ahmadiyyat. And so, with the grace of Allah, he did Bai'at. There are also many Ahmadi women who join our Jamaat and are extremely strong in their faith. For example, when I was recently in Holland, I met an Ahmadi lady who had 2 children and who had come from France to meet me. She told me that after accepting Ahmadiyyat, her husband had rejected her and removed her from her home. However, she remained firm and resolute in her faith in Ahmadiyyat. Naturally, most women wish to live comfortable lives with their families and to live with comfort and ease. Yet, still there are women who are ready to bear all forms of hardship, difficulty, and persecution for the sake of their faith and belief in the Prophet Muhammad. That is the state of true believer, that he or she is willing to sacrifice all forms of comfort and to patiently bear all trials and tribulations for the sake of their faith. The vast majority of you are those who were born Ahmadi, and so you do not face such difficulties or problems. Thus, you should always be extremely thankful to Allah for the blessings He has bestowed upon you. And the way to be thankful is to increase your religious knowledge and to act upon Islam's true teachings and to inculcate them within your children. You will display true gratitude only when you are amongst those who give priority to their faith over all worldly matters. In conclusion, I say again that you should seek to develop those righteous changes within yourself that the Prophet ﷺ desired of us. Whatever he taught was in accordance with the true teachings of the Holy Quran and are the means of becoming closer to Allah. Remember, Allah has said that He rewards those who are near to Him in ways that they can never imagine. If you give precedence to your faith, then surely Allah will bestow upon you the blessings of both this world and the next. He will remove your difficulties and concerns, and a true feeling of contentment will enter your hearts. When a person reaches this state, they no longer have worldly desires, and all that remains in their heart is the love of Allah and their faith. When a person reaches such a standard, it can be said that they have truly fulfilled the purpose of their creation. May all of you prove to be members of Lajna Allah, and not just in name, but in deed and conduct, and to be true servants of Allah. May all of you always fulfill the expectations of the Prophet ﷺ. May you become torchbearers who shine a light on the true teachings of Islam. And may Allah enable you to spread the true teachings of the Holy Prophet of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to forever abide by the perfect teachings of the Holy Quran. May Allah bless Lajna Imma'a in all respects. उसके बाद मैं कुछ उर्दू में भी बाज़ उर्दू बोलने वालों के लिए कहूँगा. ये बहुत सारी बातें मैंने कही हैं बड़े आसान अल्फाज में, और ये चंद मुख्तलिफ़ पॉइंट्स बयान किए हैं जो हज़रत मसीह मौऊद अलैहिस्सलाम ने मुख्तलिफ़ वक्तों में नसीहत की. इनका उर्दू तर्जुमा करके भी लजना इमाला उर्दू पढ़ने वालियों को पहुंचा देगी. यहाँ पाकिस्तान से आजकल नए हिजरत करके बहुत सारे लोग आ रहे हैं. ये नई आने वालियाँ भी याद रखें कि यहाँ मैं पहले भी कह चुका हूँ, कई दफ़ा कहा और कहता रहता हूँ कि यहाँ इसलिए आप आई हैं कि आज़ादी से अपने दीन का इजहार कर सकें, आज़ादी से अपने दीन पर अमल कर सकें. बस इस बात को हमेशा सामने रखें कि आपकी हिजरत दीन की वजह से है, और ये आप पर एक ज़िम्मेदारी डालती है. इस ज़िम्मेदारी को आपने निभाना है. दीन की आज़ादी को हासिल करने के लिए यहाँ आई हैं, तो इस दीन की आज़ादी का इजहार ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आपकी हालतों से होना चाहिए, ना कि दुनियावी आज़ादी का. ये ना हो कि यहाँ आकर दीन को भूल जाएं और दुनियावी रौनकों में डूब जाएं. दुनियावी आज़ादी को तरजीह देने लग जाएं दीन पर. सिर्फ़ पैसा कमाने की तरफ तवज्जो न रहे, या सिर्फ़ अपने खामदों को इसी बात की तरफ तवज्जो न दिलाती रहें कि पैसे कमाओ और लेकर आओ, बल्कि अपने घरों में दीन का माहौल पैदा करें. अपने घरों में अपने बच्चों को ऐसे माहौल देने की कोशिश करें जहाँ दीन को तरजीह दी जाती हो. बच्चों में वो समझ और बूझ पैदा करें जिससे उनको ये एहसास हो कि दीन मुकद्दम है और दुनिया बाद में. जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि अगर औरतें अपने घरों को संभाल लें तो अगली नस्ल संभल जाएगी. औरतों की अगर इबादत गुजार हैं तो अक्सरियत मर्दों की भी इस्लाह हो सकती है. और फिर कम से कम जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि आइंदा नस्ल की इस्लाह तो होगी. आइंदा ये तो तसल्ली होगी जमात को और खलीफा वक्त को कि नस्लें संभाली जा रही हैं. ये नस्लें संभालना आपका काम है और बहुत बड़ी ज़िम्मेदारी है. इसकी तरफ तवज्जो दें. किश्ती नू का मैंने हवाला दिया है, उसमें बहुत सारी नसाए औरतों को मसीह मौऊद अलैहिस्सलाम ने फरमाई हैं. ये भी इसमें है कि खामदों से नाजायज़ मुतालबात ना करो. ये भी ठीक है कि खामद ऐसे भी हैं जो ख्याल नहीं रखते, लेकिन ये भी हकीकत है कि ऐसी बीवियां भी हैं जो खामदों से नाजायज़ मुतालबात भी करती हैं, चाहे कम हों. बच्चों को तरफ तवज्जो दें. मैंने बात ये भी बयान की अपने उस खिताब में कि बच्चों की स्कूल की तालीम की तरफ तवज्जो देने की ज़रूरत है और ज़रूरी है कि उनको पढ़ाएं, लेकिन साथ दीनी तालीम भी दें. और जब स्कूल भेजें तो उन पर तवज्जो दे के भेजें. ये ना समझें कि यहाँ आकर बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हैं और तालीम हासिल कर रहे हैं इसलिए हमारी ज़िम्मेदारी ख़त्म हो गई. एक तो यहाँ के स्कूलों में को एक शिकवा पैदा होने लग गया है कि पहले अहमदी बच्चे हमारे स्कूलों में आते थे तो सबसे ज़्यादा डिसिप्लिन बच्चे होते थे और पढ़ाई की तरफ तवज्जो देने वाले होते थे. लेकिन अब माएँ तवज्जो नहीं देती. स्कूलों में अगर बुलाएं भी माँ बाप को तो वो जाते नहीं, और जिसकी वजह से बच्चे نگلیکٹ ہو رہے ہیں. ان کو یہ خیال پیدا ہو رہا ہے, احساس پیدا ہو رہا ہے کہ اسکولوں میں باقی بچوں کے ماں باپ آتے ہیں, ہمارے نہیں آتے. اس لیے چاہے آپ کو زبان آتی ہے نئے آنے والوں کو یا نہیں آتی, اسکول میں جہاں اسکول میں بچوں کو داخل کرایا ہے تو وہاں جا کے ان کی حالت کا پتہ کرتی رہا کریں. اور اگر زبان نہیں آتی تو لجنہ کے ذریعے سے یا اپنے طور پر اپنی دوستوں اور سہیلیوں کے ذریعے سے کسی کو ساتھ لے جایا کریں, تاکہ وہاں جا کر بچے کی حالت کا وہ پتہ لگتا رہے, اور اسکول کو اگر کوئی شکایت ہے تو وہ بھی پتہ لگتی رہے. اگر بچے کو توجہ کی ضرورت ہے تو اس کی طرف بھی توجہ دی جاتی رہے. تو بہرحال یہ بڑی ضروری چیز ہے, نہیں تو بچے پھر احساس کمتری کا شکار ہو جائیں گے, نہ وہ دنیاوی تعلیم حاصل کر سکیں گے اور نہ ہی دین کی طرف توجہ دیں گے. بس اس طرف بھی نئی آنے والی ماؤں کو بہت توجہ کی ضرورت ہے. نئی آنے والی لڑکیاں بھی یہاں آ رہی ہیں, بعض پڑھنے کے لیے آ رہی ہیں, بعض ویسے ہجرت کر کے آ رہی ہیں, اسائلم لے لیے آ کے. نوجوان لڑکیاں ہیں, غیر شادی شدہ ہیں, بعض چھوٹی عمر کی بھی ہیں, بعض ماں باپ کے ساتھ بھی آئی ہیں. ان کو بھی یاد رکھنا چاہیے کہ یہاں آ کر آپ نے دین کو دنیا پر مقدم رکھنا ہے. اس کا ادراک حاصل کریں اور ہمیشہ اس بات پر غور کریں کہ دین ہمارا مقدم ہے, دنیا بعد میں ہے. اور اگر یہ نہیں تو پھر ہمارا جو بیعت کا عہد ہے وہ ہم نے خود ہی اس کو توڑ دیا ہے. بس یہ منافقت ہوگی کہ ایک طرف تو بیعت کا عہد کیا جائے اور دوسری طرف اس کے مطابق عمل کرنے کی کوشش نہ کی جائے. بس یہ بہت بڑی ذمہ داری ہے. یہاں آ کے یہ نہ سمجھیں کہ آزادی مل گئی ہے. آزادی آپ کو ملی ہے دین پر عمل کرنے کے لیے. آزادی آپ کو یہ نہیں ملی کہ دین کو چھوڑ دو اور دنیا پر عمل کرنا شروع کر دو. بس اس بات کا خاص طور پر خیال رکھیں. اللہ تعالیٰ آپ سب کو اس کی توفیق عطا فرمائے. دعا کر لیں. آمین. السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ.